Welcome to the Garments Engage Crochet podcast, where I chat about crochet garments and other yarny things. I am Michelle Ferguson, crochet pattern designer of Two Brothers Blankets. You can find me at twobrothersblankets.com, on Facebook and Instagram at Two Brothers Blankets, and right here on YouTube every week for this crochet podcast. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like notifications every time I upload a new video, click the bell at the top of your screen. So today I'm really excited because we have another designer interview. I interviewed Fiona of Cosy Rosie, UK. Fiona is so fun. She has amazing designs. She has the best accent ever. She's actually over in the UK. And yeah, she's just one of those people that are great to be around. She makes the funniest reels on Instagram. She's super fun to follow. She works really hard on her business and with her patterns. And it just shows in every way through her personality and her work and everything. So let's get right to it. Watch this interview now. Hi everyone, I'm so excited to have Fiona of Cosy Rosie UK here on the podcast today. Hi Fiona, how are you?
I am very well. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. So start off by telling us all just a little bit about yourself, where you live, and just whatever you want to tell us.
Okay, well, hi, my name's Fiona. I live in Northampton in the UK, which is not the same as the Northampton in America. It's a lot colder here, but today is incredibly warm. I've had to shut the blind because we've got lots of hot weather, which is nice for a change. So from a crochet point of view, so Cosy Rosie UK only started a few years ago. I just saw a memory flash up on my Instagram about when I first started making and selling my finished products. And it made me think of how quick time flies, and time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Most definitely. So, I live in the UK. I have two Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, which are I don't want to say fur babies because I'm not sure I believe in that, but they're certainly replacement children. And I have live with my husband as well. He's always second to them. And crochet is my everything, really. I have another business as well that I run. I don't make anymore because that takes a lot of time up, almost as much as designing. And I also coach people to live a healthy lifestyle as well.
Oh, cool. I did not know that. And your dogs are gorgeous. I saw them on Instagram and they're beautiful.
They know they are. They know they are.
Are they? They know. Yep. So you said you started out a couple years ago making products. How did you get into designing?
I kind of started designing things that were quick to make. I also teach face-to-face crochet lessons as well. So a lot of my earlier patterns are very beginner influenced, using basic crochet stitches. They're quick to work up, but they create a beautiful finished product that's marketable as well, if that makes sense. So really quick patterns. And a lot of my beginning patterns were certainly smaller than going on to, say, crochet garments that I'm focusing on now as well. So just a kind of a huge upward curve as things go on.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So how many designs do you have published, like patterns do you have published so far?
Oh, I wish I knew you were going to ask that one.
Put her on the spot. I didn't tell her this one.
I can't tell you that. I think it's possibly 80.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of them are very, very small ones.
Right. So what's your favorite or current favorite? I know it changes.
When you know yourself, it changes like with each release almost.
Yeah.
I have just designed a pattern that's coming out in October, which I'm exceptionally proud of. It's possibly for me a huge learning curve from the designing element. It's also what I would consider a big project. So it's like a long length cardigan, got inset sleeves, but it's still suitable for those kind of first forays into garment making. That's kind of up there in the top 3. But I've also got a beautiful cowl pattern coming out. I've been absolutely obsessed with the open the closed scallop stitch this year. I've made so many things with it and I absolutely love it. And I've got a beautiful infinity, I say a cowl, it's not a cowl because that's only short, isn't it? This is an infinity thing that you can wrap around yourself a few times.
Ooh,
yeah,
pretty. Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. Is this for your exclusives?
Yes.
Ooh,
yes, of yours exclusives. Yeah.
Yes,
I know. I'm so
excited
excited
for
to
that.
have you part of that.
Yeah. Okay, so what would you say is the hardest and the best part of designing? It can be the same, two different, however you want to explain it.
It's kind of like a two-pronged thing for me because I'm always thinking about people learning when I design. I try to ensure that there is a supporting tutorial, if not a full crochet pattern for someone to follow on YouTube. I tend to always, if I have a pattern that's going free on my blog, I will try and do a full tutorial video for that because they tend to be kind of learning a new technique or a new stitch, especially for the beginning patterns for those absolute beginners. And I love that element, but I struggle with the editing of the videos. This is a whole different thing.
Oh yeah.
But the challenge for me when it comes to designing has to be maths. Maths is not, I know it doesn't have an S in your, so math.
I say that too though.
Sorry, the math. It's
all
plural.
the math.
Yeah, all the math.
Yeah.
It just, I am a spreadsheet queen. I have to input absolutely everything to double check all the figures, and then I also ask the tech editor to check all my figures, and I still get them wrong sometimes, and then my testers check them for me, as you know, and we still get them wrong.
Yes.
So yeah,
I've so been there.
Yeah.
Yes, that is hard. It is a lot of math, especially when you get into the garments and multiple sized items and all that. So yes, I completely understand. And I'm not good at spreadsheets, like at all. So it's all pen and paper for me.
Oh no, that would just break me. But just like you, I'm making all of my garments a size inclusive. So I'm very fortunate that I kind of was able to do that from the beginning. I haven't had to go back, and I think I did one that I had to re-release with a larger size range, to going from extra small, I normally go from small to 2X, and now it's all the way from extra small all the way up to 5XL now. And as you say, it's just more maths, but it's fine and it's worth it. It's so worth it because obviously we want everyone to be able to make our garments. So
yes, and I'm finding more and more, like, if I can find a formula for it, like, I'm all about it. Like, how much yardage, if I can just go ahead and find a formula, I'm good. I really should. My husband, he's the spreadsheet guy. Like, he knows all the spreadsheets, so I should really make him fix me something up.
I literally have made my own calculator for that reason now. I know what figures I need to work out.
That's
yardage.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot, isn't it?
That's so cool though. Okay, so what advice would you give yourself as a beginner crocheter now, like looking back?
There's just practice. Just find something that you like making that uses the basic stitches. And there's one thing I would say to everybody is keep practicing your chain, because when we're learning, we tend to do the chain once and then just whatever it looks like, we're going to work into it. And we'll rip out rows and rows of crochet, but if we can avoid undoing that chain, we will do it. So we rarely get to practice that bit, and sometimes you have to do massive chains. So also counting and stitch markers. Buy lots of stitch markers.
Oh, the stitch markers. Yes, I used to be bad about that. I wouldn't mark them. And I'm like, now if I can mark it, even how many rows, like just to keep track of how many rows I did that day, I'm all about the stitch markers. Okay, so this might show my ignorance. Do you write your patterns in US terms or different terms?
I do both.
You do both.
I am multilingual. Yeah.
Wow.
Only because initially I started doing just UK terms.
Okay.
I've got a whole blog post about how to convert patterns.
Oh, neat.
And this kind of stuff, because it can. I felt when I was a beginner, I completely fell into that trap of making a whole design in what the UK would call double crochet, which is obviously US single crochet. So obviously mine was an awful lot shorter than doing.
Oh wow, yeah.
See, I would be so confused. Well, that's cool. So do you sell them separate or they're just written?
They get both.
Yeah. Wow, neat. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So just for fun, what's your favorite coffee shop order?
Now, it depends the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So we do have Starbucks here.
Okay.
They're not as everywhere as they are in America, but we do have a Starbucks, and it doesn't matter what shop I go to, I get the same drink. But obviously Starbucks is a different taste to I think that the UK coffee is a lot more milky. So we do have a latte here. But you know what? We don't really have cold brew, and I'm desperate to I haven't really tried a cold brew.
Yeah.
So my absolute favorite coffee of all time is not American, it's Canadian, and it's a Timmy Hortons. We've got 2 Timmy Hortons in the whole of the UK, and I will travel to get one. And when I land in Toronto, it's the first thing I go to do is go and get a Timmy's. In the UK, I will always have a large, skinny vanilla latte, which is a double shot and filled up with a lot of milk and vanilla essence in it. And if it's hot, I'll get it iced. That's it. It's that boring.
I rarely go, but when I do go, I get the cold brew, vanilla cream cold brew. That's about it. I used to get like the fancy sugary frappuccinos. I quit those.
Yeah,
so that's what I usually get. I know. When I realized how much sugar they had in them, I was like, no, I cannot.
Yeah, I mean, people don't even realize the amount of calories and sugar in milk, like cow's milk. There is so much in there.
Yeah.
Now, can we be bombed by a dog right now because she's about to climb on the desk?
Yes. Y'all have got to see her beautiful dog. Oh my goodness. Now who's this?
This is Rosie.
Hi, Rosie.
It's kind of who Cosy Rosie's named after.
Aww.
Just sit there, sweetheart.
And who's the other one?
Emily.
Rosie and
Emily. So yeah, these are the names they came with. They're not the names I would have chosen necessarily. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
They're obviously not well behaved. Oh. That's a bit too much of a close-up, sweetheart.
She's precious. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you something else. Oh, so Fiona is a fellow CBA-er with me, Crochetpreneur Business Academy. I had Pam on in season 2. You can check that episode out. So tell me, I didn't put this in on the email, but what is your favorite part about CBA?
Definitely the opportunity to work with other designers. I've made what feel like lifelong friends as part of CBA, most definitely, and the opportunity to work alongside people, especially like obviously I've been following you for a very high number of years, so this feels like an absolute pleasure for me, but almost being able to, from a designer point of view, but get some extra help, because obviously we know that most designs have been done, let's be honest. You know, if you do a square, it's a square, you sew them together, you get a cardigan or a jumper or whatever. But obviously moving on from that, it goes a lot further than that, and it's nice to be able to ask other designers how they would do it, if that makes sense, and kind of find out how they work, and being able to adapt to their suggestions and be able to reach more people as well. Because as a young designer, not that I'm young, my business is young, I'm unfortunately not young. When you're in the early stages of setting up your business, obviously any support is good, but the environment that we have there is phenomenal. I've recently done a couple of reels where I featured a range of designers to kind of showcase their patterns. And then last week I did the makers one as well. I feel like it's hard to, as a designer, to promote makers because crocheters make things, but the whole reason behind that was that, you know, the Christmas season is coming. And we physically can't make everything. But it's good to know that there are designers out there that can help us fill those stockings.
Yes, definitely. Yes, I love it. It's truly like community over, like, you know what I mean? Like that community over competition. Like it's just we can, and like I don't know. It's not like you don't even get that feeling like, well, they're coming out at the same time I am or anything like that. Like, I agree with you. It's definitely very nice to have that. And I have learned, like, I've been doing this a long time, but I have learned so many things from CBA, like other designers in CBA. Like I said, the formula thing, I was like, does anybody know a formula for this? And sure enough, somebody did. So it was like perfect. So yeah, even though I'm, I guess, a veteran designer, I've learned a ton in CBA. So it's really nice to have that community. Okay, so where can viewers follow you, shop your patterns, check you out? Definitely check her out on Instagram because she has really fun reels and she's always so happy, and I love following you on Instagram.
Wow. Well, obviously, yeah, you can find, there's a lot, this is where the list comes, isn't it? So you can find me, I actually have my own YouTube channel with tutorials and patterns on there as well. I'd love to do something like this, but I'm not technologically minded like that at all. So you can find me under Cosy Rosie Crochet on YouTube, on Instagram and Facebook. It's just at Cosy Rosie UK. I do have a community group as well that you can find on my Facebook page, Instagram. Patterns wise, in all the regular places. So I have a Ravelry, an Etsy shop, which is also both Cosy Rosie UK. I'm on Love Crafts. I've recently just been Designer of the Month for Love Crafts as well, which was very exciting. Thank you. And you can find some of my free patterns on All Free Crochet as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I'll link all that in the description, your YouTube and everything. So yeah, thank you so much. Fiona also does blog hops that are, is this your second? How many have you done?
So this is going to be, the autumn exclusive is going to be the third exclusive collection.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm also introducing some premium bundles as well. I mean, I love a pattern. For me personally, I'd like to say someone who consumes crochet, because I'm, I've started gathering together some of my favorite designers into different pattern bundles as well.
Okay,
so similar to the exclusives, but the exclusives is very different because the traditional blog hop, obviously we know that it's nice to be able to get something that's free. With the autumn exclusives and the previous ones, you get a brand new crochet pattern for 50% off on the feature day, which I think is, these are really high quality, amazing designers. I genuinely, as I mentioned earlier, I'm so pleased to have you as part of the next event, because it's,
I'm excited. I'm excited, but I totally missed that the deadline was coming up. So
you're fine. You've still got 3 weeks. It's fine.
I was like, so my pattern may not be as big as I had planned it to be.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
But I'm excited.
I always allow extra time.
Okay, good. Because I was like, oh no, but I have an idea that will be good. So it won't be exactly what I had planned, but I'm starting on that today, actually.
Good. Oh, I can't wait to see it.
So yeah, I really love that idea though, the exclusives, because I mean, we are business owners. We're trying to make money in different ways. And this is a great way to get, for a lot of people to see our things and our new designs and get a really great deal on it. So I'm excited. This will be my first time participating in one, but I knew she had done a few others. So yeah, thank you so much, Fiona, for being on the show.
All right, so be sure to go follow Fiona, check out all her stuff. Be sure to check out that blog hop that's going on right now, and just go look at all her patterns and her work and give her a follow, because she is awesome. All right, now let's get into what's in my whip bag. So finally got the yarn, as you guys know, for the Aspen cardigan. Been working on that. Got the yarn for my little dude cardigan and got the yarn for my commissioned design. So the Aspen cardigan is kind of on pause at the moment while I work on this commission design that I have to finish. I have a deadline for, so I'm not going to mess around with that. And so the Aspen cardigan's on a little pause, but I will show you what I have completed so far. So I added me a stitch marker to the bottom so I can keep track of my rows. And I've got a good decent amount of the body finished. Still loving those cables in the back, the braided cables. I've got, I think, 16 rows to the bottom. I may add some length to this one since I did size up for it. So it will be a little bit bigger on me. So I think it'll fit over my hips well. So I may make it a little bit longer than it calls for. We'll just have to see. And then I have sleeves and my trim on the other side. So looking forward to getting back to that. But like I said, it will be on pause. Hopefully it won't take me too long to get my commission design finished. I have graded it. I have worked at gauge and all that, and I've started it. So 2 weeks, maybe 2.5, we'll see. Things are about to get really crazy busy at home with the kiddos. I've got one already in soccer and another one starting like competitive basketball. So practice 3 times a week, games twice a week. Yay! So I'm going to be really busy, and I'm going to be doing a lot of crocheting at sports games. So we'll see how long it actually takes me, but got to get that done. I don't want to be late on my deadline or anything like that. And then I'll get back to my Aspen cardigan. So I'll keep you updated and let you know once I get back to it. So that's what's in my whip bag. Pretty simple today. Let's talk about our yarn review for today. Today I am going to review Furls Crochet's Wander yarn. So this is their new yarn. I think they came out with it in February. It is a 100% acrylic yarn. My wrapper is not very pretty. Oh, it kind of matches my nails. I just noticed that. So let's see. This is the colorway Sunrise. Wander acrylic yarn is 100% an acrylic worsted weight yarn. The instructions, let's see, here's a little blurb on the wrapper. Wander is Furls' first acrylic yarn. Airy, soft, satiny, and in a wide variety of colors. Wander is for fiber artists who love a touch of luxe and easy versatility. You get 120 yards a skein. It is machine washable. It says not to dry it though, tumble dry it. It says machine wash cold. It has lots, they just came out with new colors too. It has lots of really gorgeous colors. I really, really love the colors. They're very bright and vibrant. I posted a picture of a few of the skeins on my Instagram. They're just really pretty colors. I should have grabbed them, the other colors that I have. Very shiny. There's a nice shine to it that I do like. They are $5 a skein, but I think if you buy, the more you buy, the more of a discount you get type thing going on. So it's like if you buy a group of 5, you get it for this much. If you buy a group of 10, you get it for this much. They also just came out with their Wander kits, which is a kit of 2 skeins, like coordinating skeins of the Wander yarn and 1 streamline, now I can't think of the name, the resin ones, a hook that goes with it. So I'll link that so you can look at it, not have to deal with my description. But so they have kits, they have like combo packs, discounts the more you buy. So for $5 a skein, but with all those deals, you can get a really good deal on this yarn. So I looked, so they sent this to me for free when they first came out with it back in February. I did not ask for it, but they sent it to me to try because I am a Furls affiliate. So just a disclaimer there. There are very mixed reviews on the Furls website about this yarn, like very mixed. Some people love it, some people hate it. So that's interesting. So I have decided I'm gonna check it out, try it out, give my honest review on it. Now I have not designed with it yet, and I haven't even made anything yet, except for a swatch. I made this swatch yesterday. And I threw it, it's just double crochet, a square of double crochet. I threw it in the wash machine, wash cold, just like the instructions. Initial thoughts when working with it, it is pretty easy to work with. It is kind of fuzzy. It is a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, but it has a little bit of fuzz to it. There was a knot in it that I could not get out, and I cut it. So that was a little frustrating. The ends were a little frizzy, but nothing that would like bug me to the point where I didn't want to get it. And otherwise it was fine to work with. It was fine to crochet with. So I threw it in the wash with some clothes and took it out and pinned it flat on my foam board to dry. I did not tumble dry it because it said not to. After washing it, it is very stiff. It's like lost some of its softness, which I have not had a yarn do that, that I can think of that I have reviewed. It's actually more stiff and not as soft after washing than before. Usually it's the other way around. Usually it softens up in the wash. Not this. This feels very synthetic. Like acrylic is a synthetic fiber. We talked about that, I think, in last week's episode. But this has that feel to it. So it's not bad though. Like I don't hate it. Some people really hated it. Some people really loved it. I'm kind of in the middle. I think it would be great for hats that go on your head, of course. I don't know that I'd love it for a scarf, especially if it's a scarf I plan on wearing often and needing to wash, because like I said, it's stiffer. Hat would be okay. Something like a home decor item, doilies, I don't know, placemats, wall hanging, stuff like that you're not wearing, probably really good, especially since it does stiffen up in the wash. But like the colors are amazing. I really love the colors. So something like that, you need some like really good vibrant colors. You're working on a wall hanging, or you have some hats you want to have some good colors, bright colors with. I say go for this. I definitely would recommend it for something like that. I would not recommend it for like a sweater. Like I was thinking I made my Larkin tee in their other yarn, Whims Merino. It's a DK. I think they have a worsted too, but it is like a Z-twist yarn made with merino, which I didn't particularly love either. I can't remember if I've done a review on that one, but I didn't particularly love that yarn either. Sorry, Furls. Love your hooks. So I thought, okay, well, let me do a remake in the new Wander yarn to like just promote it a little and show it off. I don't recommend this. I wouldn't want to wear this yarn, especially after washing it. So I wouldn't recommend it for garments or scarves or something that's going to be up against your skin. It's just not that soft, especially after washing it. So I give it like a 6 out of 10. It's not my favorite, but I love, love, love the colors, the very vibrant colors, lots of color choices. Great for like I said, home decor or hats, something like that, to where it's not going to affect you and the way you feel so much with it against your skin. So yeah, I give it a 6 out of 10. It's not my favorite. The colors are beautiful, but it's kind of just very synthetic and meh, if that makes sense. So, but check out those Furls hooks because they're awesome. They're 10 out of 10. But the yarn, not so much. So take it as you will. That is my review of Wander acrylic yarn from Furls Crochet. So I hope that was insightful for you. Thank you so much to Fiona of Cosy Rosie UK for coming on the show with us today. Be sure to give her a follow. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you like what you see. And I will be back again next week with a new episode. Bye, y'all.